26 abstracts, and in the afternoon, in the second moderated poster sessions, there were 26 abstracts more, and there were 52 abstracts. 15 of these abstracts were not presented and they are excluded. First study, moderated poster session 11, number 10, comes from Rocco. It's about renal recurrence after zero ischemia partial nephrectomy. This was a retrospectively analyzed study. They retrospectively analyzed 534 patients, consecutive patients, the renal recurrence and incidence of positive surgical margins. These patients underwent either open, laparoscopic, or robotic partial nephrectomy with zero ischemia. At a median follow-up of 28 months, renal recurrence was observed in 31 patients, 5.8%, with the median time to renal recurrence was 16 months. Positive surgical margin rate was 3.8%. 5 years renal recurrence rate free survival was 89%. The authors concluded that avoiding hilar clamping doesn't undermine oncological outcomes in terms of 5 years renal recurrence. The second study, moderated poster session 11, number 11, urologic reconstructive surgery of the upper tract, impact of the robot. It comes from Tulane University, New Orleans, Louisiana, by Dr. Roger Thomas. They did 34 robot-assisted upper tract procedures. These were 19 ureteroneocystostomy, 9 ureteroureterostomy, 4 body flap creation, and 2 ureterolysis with robot. 44% of cases were from iatrogenic injuries, within the majority coming from previous minimally invasive surgeries. In this group, estimated blood loss was 100 milliliter, operation time was 264 minutes, and length of stay was 2.81 day. As a conclusion, the authors concluded that upper tract reconstruction can be achieved by a robotic approach with a shorter hospital stay and minimal patient morbidity. And the second point is, they stated that the increasing use of laparoscopic monopolar cautery is a major source of ureteral injury. The same session, number 17, complications in laparoscopic urology, 8 years experience with 798 cases, coming from Istanbul, Turkey, by Dr. Öner Şanlı. In this study, the authors evaluated nearly 800 laparoscopic cases during an 8 years time period, and they classified their complications according to Clavin system, modified Clavin system. And the overall complication rate was 23.2% with 184 patients. But most of these complications were minor complications with Clavin 1 and 2. It was 20% around, and the Clavin 4 and 5 complications were around 3.2%. Clavin 1 complication was the most common complication seen in their study. As a conclusion, the complications encountered were predominantly minor and acceptable in that study. From the same session, number 18, routine en bloc stapling of the renal hilum during laparoscopic nephrectomy is safe and effective. This study comes from New York and presented by Dr. David Albala. They evaluated 87 patients underwent en bloc hilar stapling with a vascular stapling device. As a result, no patient developed any immediate surgical complications as a result of en bloc ligation. No patient developed any arteriovenous fistula. There were no clinical and radiological evidence at mean 19 months follow-up. And also, they didn't see any stapler malfunction in their studies. As a conclusion, they reported that ligation of the renal hilum with en bloc stapling is a safe and effective procedure in 87 patients. In the moderate poster section 18, retroperitoneal versus transperitoneal robotic partial nephrectomy for posterior renal tumors, results of matched pair comparison from 2 major referral centers. In this study comes from 2 major referral centers. One of them was New York, the other one is Los Angeles. In this study, they compared perioperative outcomes between matched cohorts of retroperitoneal and transperitoneal robotic partial nephrectomy operations for posterior renal tumors. A very good study. They made matched pair analysis. 63 posterior tumors underwent retroperitoneal approach, and 62 on the other group underwent transperitoneal approach. The retroperitoneal approach has less operative time and less estimated blood loss and shorter hospital stay when compared to transperitoneal approach. The warm ischemia times were similar in both groups. As a conclusion, retroperitoneal radical partial nephrectomy in posterior tumors is a safe and feasible operation. There were no statistically significant differences in surgical margin status or complication rates. The retroperitoneal approach may provide an attractive alternative in patients with posterior renal tumors. Okay. The last slide. Perinephritic fat thickness increases operative complexity independent of the nephrometry score during robotic partial nephrectomy. In this study, the authors looked at perinephritic fat tissue, and they found posterior and median fat tissue increases with the surgical complications. Thank you.
Thank you, Fatih. The next speaker is Oliver Weissman from the United Kingdom.